Hey y'all, how are you doing? Good to see you again, or you see me, anyhow. I am making a carrot cake tonight for dinner tomorrow. It's a friend of mine's birthday, and that's her favorite cake. It's also my favorite cake, and I realized I never had filmed it for you, so I'm going to make it tonight. I've already sprayed two pans. These are just regular round cake pans. I think they're about 9 inches in diameter, and I just sprayed them with some cooking spray. And I've also preheated the oven to 350. And I went ahead and took about, I think it was about 6 or 7 carrots out of this bag. I just bought like a 2-pound bag of carrots, and I wound up using probably half of it. So if you had a 1-pound bag, you probably could use the whole bag. Anyhow, I grated them up in my food processor using the grater blade, and I've got about 3 cups of grated carrots here. So that will be going in. I've also drained a small can of, just a little flat can of pineapple. I've got that draining here in the, there's a piece of carrot peeling that got in there. I've got it draining here so that it's not so juicy. And I went ahead and broke up a cup full of pecans. So that's what's going to be going in here, plus a lot of other ingredients. So let me get going with that and get it all set up for you so that you can see what I'm doing, and I'll be right back. Okay, there. I've got the camera pointed down so you can see what I'm doing, but I went ahead and put 1.25 cups of vegetable oil in my mixer. And now I'm going to add in 2 cups of granulated sugar. And I'm going to get that mixing, and then let me see if I can do it without it being too loud for y'all. I hope that's not too loud, so I'm going to go ahead and let that mix up for a minute. And then I'm going to add in 4 eggs, which I've already cracked in this bowl. I'm just putting them in there, 1 or 2 at a time. Then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Anything with vanilla in it is just wonderful to me. Alright, I'm going to let that mix up for just a minute, and then I'm going to mix up my flour mixture and show you that step. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is a combination of 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And so I'm going to dump this in with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I'm just going to stir that up pretty good in here, and then gradually add it into the mixer. Stirring it in with the flour just keeps from having big clumps of it anywhere in the liquid mixture. So now I'll just start gradually adding this in to the mixer. Raise the camera up a little higher so that y'all can see down in the mixer a little better. I don't have one of those overhead cameras. Maybe one day I'll get fancy enough for one of those. But for right now, at least you can see how this is doing. I get flour all over everything. Okay, Okay, so you can see that it's gotten a little bit thick in there. Let me see if I can get you a little closer so you can see a little better. Down in there, you can see that's a little bit thick, which that's fine. And then the next thing I'm going to add is the carrots and the pineapple. So I'm just going to start putting those in there gradually. Trying not to spill it all over everywhere. Carrots just add so much moisture to this cake. I know it looks real thick, but when they cook, they just, they get real tender, and you can't even tell they're in the cake. There's carrots in there. It really makes it moist and delicious with all the cinnamon in there and the vanilla. And then we'll add that pineapple, and that'll add even more moisture in the cake. Even though we've drained it, it's going to add quite a bit of moisture. Alright, so pretty much got all that in there. Here goes the pineapple. I don't know if you've ever had carrot cake with pineapple in it, but it really makes a difference. Some people put raisins in theirs, but I prefer to put the pecans instead of the raisins. So that's looking like it's mixed. You see how juicy that looks now? And then I'm going to add the pecans in. And we are ready to stop it, I believe. Look how nice and juicy that is down in there. I think you can see that pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to stop the mixer, get ready to put it in the pans, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I've got it divided into 2 pans, as you can see right there. But, I wanted to tell you this. Hold on a second. How can you tell if a cake's gonna be good? You lick the bowl, and oh boy, yum. This one's gonna be delicious. Okay, I'm gonna put them in the oven, and I'll be back. They're gonna cook for about 45 minutes, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so I want to remind you this. While the cake is baking, go ahead and get out 8 ounces of cream cheese and a stick of butter, which is a half a cup. And just let them become into room temperature, because that's what we're going to use when we make the icing. So just want to give you that little reminder, because it's something I always forget. And then when I'm ready to make the icing, I've got to wait until it gets warm or room temperature. And it's just, frustrating. So go ahead and get it out now. Anyhow, I will talk to y'all later. Go ahead and subscribe too while you're waiting around to find out how this cake's going to turn out. Go ahead and subscribe, because although I'm making a cake, me and most of my friends are on a diet for the last few weeks. And so this cake could really blow it for us. So we're going to just cut it little tiny pieces tomorrow night. And then I made the birthday girl promise me she's going to take it home with her. So I won't be tempted anymore after whatever sliver I take of it tomorrow night. So anyhow, if you want to be able to see some of the more healthy recipes that I'm going to be posting going for the next few weeks, go ahead and subscribe, because I don't want you to miss any of those in case you're trying to lose weight too. Anyhow, love y'all, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Good morning, y'all. Yes, I took the cakes out of the oven last night, and it was too late to frost them, so I just simply covered them up I dumped them out of the pan first onto these cardboard cake plate things. And then I covered them with a cake cover. So I'm ready to make the frosting today. So I've got my softened cream cheese and my softened butter. I'm gonna put it right over here in the mixer and mix that up, and then I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm back. You can see I've already mixed this up, and now I'm going to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla, and it calls for 2 or 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, but I don't have heavy cream, but I do have half and half because we keep it on hand all the time for our coffee. So let me put in a couple of tablespoons of this. We'll add more if we need it, just depending on the consistency after I start adding in 4½ cups of powdered sugar, which I've already measured in this bowl. So I'm going to start mixing this up together, adding the confectioner's sugar in there, and then I'll get right back with you. Okay, I've mixed all the liquid ingredients with the powdered sugar now. So, again, that was a stick of butter, a stick of 8 ounces of cream cheese, all mixed together. Then added in a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of cream, half and half. And then I added in 4½ cups of powdered sugar. And to me, this looks like it's a good spreading consistency, where I think it'll be soft enough that I can spread it, but it's not so runny. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I do have a turntable here that I just got, and I'm loving it already, because that way I can just stand still and run the cake around and ice it that way. So I'm excited about being able to do that, and I will show you the finished product in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, so here it is, the finished product. And it was so easy to decorate using this turntable. I don't know how I've done it all these years without a turntable. So all I did was spread the icing on in between the layers, and then all around the sides and the top, and then put another cup of chopped pecans on top. So I'll stick some birthday candles in it, and my friend will be very happy this evening.